So we're going to look at task 1 for the pre-release material here. Obviously you need to fully read this. The main thing you need to know from this table though is that we have got bus A to bus F. Okay, so we've got 6 buses there. And if you look, we're asking Monday to Friday, week 1, week 2, week 3 and week 4. So we've got 20 values that we're asking in there. Now when we're writing this program at first, we're not going to write it for all of those buses with all of those days. We're going to shorten it. I'm just going to write it for the first week and we're going to do it for 3 buses. So the first program is where we actually set up the data storage. So when we want to store information like this list of numbers, we're going to use an array, what we call a list in Python. So we're going to make an array to store this. I'm going to do it for 3 buses. So we're going to use an array to set up a system to enable data for each bus route to be entered, covering each day of a 4-week period. It must be possible to enter the data supplied or your own set of data using suitable prompts as necessary. So we'll build this up bit by bit. The first thing we need are our lists. I'm going to put my comments. It's a very good idea to put your comments in as you go, so that you know, so that you can easily find where everything is. When we want to create an empty list, it's just that. If you want to, and you should get good at this, is Control-C to copy, Control-V to paste, and we're going to make this one C. Now, what we need to do is we need to add the values to these lists. So I'm going to do something, I'm going to get 5 values per bus. So we're going to repeat something 5 times because we know how many times we're doing it. It's a count controlled loop or a for loop for I, then range. I'm going to do it 5 times. We're going to say, we're going to ask them for the time. Oops, and 2 brackets. Now the reason we've used int is because we want to, they're going to enter an integer. If you look, it's always a whole number. Can you see there's no decimal points in any of those, so we're using an integer. So this is going to ask 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Now I would test as you go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a folder to save this in. So new folder, bus pre-release, B1 because it's version 1. If you look, please enter times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. It asks it 5 times. Now we've got those values, but we're doing nothing with them. What we actually want to do is we want to append those values. So we write the name of the list, dot append, and what is it we want to add? We want to add that time. And what I'm going to do, print, so I can see what actually happens. Now sometimes it's quite a good idea to do label what it is you're printing so that you know yourself when you're testing it, you know what is what. So let's go. Bus A list, there it is. Okay. Now obviously we need to do that for bus A, B and C, but I'm going to get good at my copying and pasting here. I'm going to label this bus A. This is going to be bus B, so please enter time bus A. Bus B, I think it looked better actually with a capital letter. Bus B dot append, bus B list. Be very careful to make sure you get everything, so be really, really careful looking. And then we're going to do it for bus C. Range 5. Perfect. So obviously you would repeat that for all of your buses, bus A to bus F. And that is task 1 done. Now you can make this better by, for example, saying please enter time for bus A. You could say, instead of this, you could say please enter time Monday 1, Monday 2, Monday 3, Monday 4, Monday 5. So we'll try that in the next video.